Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
You want to talk about anger? I didn't make a video yesterday because I was angry. I couldn't talk about the Giants yesterday. I didn't want to because this team makes me sick. Now, I've gotten to the point now to where I'm not attached to any of these players. I'm not attached to any of these coaches. You've got nothing to lose at this point. Your team has been horrible for years, John Mara. You've contributed to most of it. You keep hiring the same people. Finally, Joe Judge was a new kind of coach, but he's not getting a chance. He won't get a chance with this roster that he has. With this shortened offseason and how bad, and listen, Daniel Jones looks awful. He looks awful. Is it probably Jason Garrett's offense? Yes. Is it probably the fact that he doesn't have consistent protection? Yes. Is it because he doesn't have a running game? Yeah. Is it because he doesn't have any receivers? Yeah. But if Daniel Jones is the guy who's going to elevate us to winning Super Bowls and take us to championships, he's got to put up more than 10 points a game. And he's also, hey, listen, he's also got to not turn the ball over 2 times every game. Can you do that, Daniel? Can you do it? Can you not turn the ball over twice a game? Because the Giants would have been 7-9, 8-8 if he didn't turn the ball over 2 times all those times. Pat Shurmur was awful. He was awful as a game manager, but for some reason he had this guy looking like the second coming of a great quarterback. I don't know where that guy went. I don't know if him putting on some weight, changed who he was as a quarterback, as a person. I don't know what happened. But right now, Daniel Jones looks bad. He looks awful. I don't want to hear any excuses for the 6th pick in the draft. Just like I don't want to hear any excuses for the 2nd pick in the draft. Saquon, he got out of this season easy. Hopefully he can bounce back. But let's keep it real. A running back has a great rookie year. You pick 6th in the draft that year after. After Saquon gets 2,000 yards, you're picking 6th in the draft. Second year, he gets injured, still rushes for 1,000 yards. You're picking 4th in the draft. And then the 3rd year, he's injured again. You realize Ezekiel Elliott, after his 4th year, or his 3rd year, you realize that he already had like multiple 1,200, 1,300 yard seasons, 1,400 yard seasons. That is your prime. Saquon's prime is right now. He's not on the field. Gentlemen, all of this Saquon talk and, all of this is cool. But if he gets injured, your running back core looks like this. Really? You have no capable running backs behind him. You have no capable wide receivers to step up if this guy gets injured, who got injured last year, mind you. And people want to come in my comments and call me an idiot. I know the offensive line sucks. The offensive line has been bad. Other teams have horrible offensive lines. Deshaun Watson last year with a horrible offensive line, he got it done. Do you know the difference between the Giants a couple years ago when they had Odell on the field and when they didn't? It was day and night. When Odell was on the field, we were a potent offense. When he was off the field, we couldn't score 10 points. So yes, we need weapons. You have to give your young quarterback weapons. You got to give him an offensive line. If you don't give him weapons, you got to give him a running game, which you haven't. You drafted Saquon and we didn't have a running game. You drafted all of these defensive linemen. You decided you're going to trade for Leonard Williams and give up our 3rd round pick that we could have used on a wide receiver or anything to help this team. But you gave up that 3rd round pick to take Leonard Williams. You got Dexter Lawrence there. You probably could have traded Dalvin Tomlinson, but you didn't. You've got B.J. Hill coming off the bench. All of these defensive tackles, and we can't stop the run. Lorenzo Carter, he's in his third year. He's not that guy. He's not. He's not that guy that's going to elevate the team, that's going to get, 13, 14 sacks. He's not. Lorenzo Carter isn't doing it. Marcus Golden and O'Shane Zimenez and Kyler Fackrell, they're not doing it. These aren't the guys. There's nobody on the team at all that scares you. When the Giants come up on your schedule, other teams, if you're in this video, when the Giants come on your schedule, what do you fear? It used to be Saquon, but that was a false fear because you can easily stop Saquon. Because if you just crash down on the running back, Jason Garrett isn't going to run an option until Saquon is gone. That's when he decides to run options, when the defense consistently crashes down into the running game. I mean, we just keep seeing the same story. They ruined Eli's career. 15 games in, they've ruined Daniel Jones' career. Ruined all of his confidence. He's going to be shot by the end of this year. And if we're picking first in the draft, goodbye. If you're picking first in the draft and you have a quarterback that you think is your franchise quarterback and he played all year and you're picking first, he's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go. You don't go 0-16 or 1-15 or whatever we're going to go. You don't do that with a franchise quarterback at any stage. Dave Gettleman stripped this team down, and he has failed at replacing everything that he stripped down. Jabril Peppers, okay, maybe that's a solid replacement for Landon Collins. Landon Collins was overrated. You didn't replace Damon Harrison because we can't stop the run. You didn't replace JPP. You didn't replace Olivier Vernon. You didn't replace Janoris Jenkins. DeAndre Baker looked like he was going to be a bust even before this offseason. So, what have you replaced after you've tore it down? You didn't replace Odell. So what's gotten better under Dave Gettleman? Are we able to run the ball better? No. Are we able to throw the ball better? No. Are we able to play defense better? No. The punter looks great. Oh, the punter's having great games. But other than that, there's nothing to look forward to. At least with Odell and Saquon and all these bad years, I got to see something entertaining every week. But now, there's nothing to look forward to as a Giants fan. And maybe that's for the best. Maybe we need this medicine. We're thinking about what happened to us in 2007 and 2011. We're going to prove the haters wrong, and we're going to prove everybody wrong. We're not proving anybody wrong. Every Giants fan, think about it. You've been mad at ESPN. You've been mad at Fox Sports. You've been mad at all of these networks for saying that the Giants will be bad every year. And what's happened? They've gotten worse and worse every year. You go from the 6th pick to the 4th pick to probably the 1st or 2nd. So, should I put out a preview for the Rams? Probably will, but it's pointless. Until this franchise, this Giants franchise, and John Mara, until they decide that they are going to do something different and bring in a GM that actually thinks differently and get rid of their blankie and make some changes that aren't familiar to them, this will continue to happen every year. So if you made it this deep into the video, definitely hit that subscribe button. I make Giants content, NFL content, so all NFL fans are welcome here. And until next time, it's Diggy546, and I'm out.